So this is an update on the Airfix King Tiger tank, which I described in a previous review. I elected to paint the winter camouflage, as you can see here. So you can just make out the ordinary camouflage underneath, which has been covered in a sort of white, thin white coat to represent obviously winter camouflage. And I've also used a good degree of weathering on here, and this was done with Flory models, sort of clay washes, which are excellent for heavy weathering of things like armoured vehicles such as this. Even in 1/72 scale it's quite effective. So you can see the model is very well detailed. It has nice, very sharp panel lines which take the wash well. The details are nice and fine but not too fiddly, and you can see I've used two different types of the wash. I've used a sort of greyish wash on the top surfaces and then a muddier coloured wash for the undercarriage, the wheels of the tank. So these are the two Flory models weathering washes that I used: the dark dirt for the upper surfaces and the grime for the wheels of the King Tiger. So I definitely recommend these products. They're available from Phil Flory's website. Obviously Phil Flory is a well-known professional modeller, and his YouTube channel is an excellent source of techniques and reviews of existing kits. Definitely recommend his YouTube channel and website. So as an example of the wash, we can take a look at the side. You can see where the wash has been applied to the upper surfaces of the tank, but I haven't applied it to the underneath. So you can see the unwashed sort of base of the tank hull is the plain colour, and you can see the impact of the washes goes for darkens the paint, but also gives it a very realistic effect. So this model went together very easily. I definitely recommend it. It looked very good in the moulding and it fits together extremely well. It's a shame that Airfix hasn't made more of these modern 1/76 scale tanks, because they really are quite excellent kits. They've done the King Tiger, you can see here, and they've done the Cromwell tank that I showed previously, which they're now making a 1/35 scale mould of. I thought the 1/35 scale models that Airfix were releasing in 2020 were reboxes, but it seems at least that the Cromwell is a new tool by Airfix. And here is another kit I completed recently. This is the Airfix 1/72 Spitfire Mark 1. This is the new kit, replacing the one which I believe was from the 1980s. It was a very well-known kit. Many people have made the older version. This newer version is definitely an improvement. It has recessed panel lines, as you can see. I think this particular kit was a giveaway with a national newspaper in Britain. Unfortunately I didn't get around to filming this before I decided to build it, but you can see that it's a very nice kit. I used my Iwata airbrush to paint it. Went together very easily. Weren't any major problems in putting it together, and you can see the cockpit framing. I used another Edouard mask to put that together. It was very effective. You can see I also painted carefully. The first coat of paint on the canopy with the mask on was for the interior colour, the interior green, to represent the inside of the framing. I think that worked quite well. I didn't use the Flory models grime washes or dark dirt washes on this. They're a bit heavy for aircraft, I think. I did make use of a Vallejo wash to do this, which I found quite effective. I did not make use of the kit details in this case because I wanted to have a different aircraft model to one that was included, and also being the giveaway version, it had a limited selection of decals with it. So I bought off eBay a set of extra decal Spitfire Mark 1 decals, which include the prototype Spitfire and also this particular 1K QVK, which attracted me because basically it has a yellow propeller spinner, which I thought added a bit of interest, and I used these. These were quite good decals. They settled down pretty well with Microsol and Microsol set decal fluid. They were a little bit on the thick side, perhaps. You can see perhaps on the main RAF roundel on the wing here didn't quite settle down on the moulding. There's a couple of moulding representing rivets or similar raised detail here, and hasn't quite settled down perfectly on that. But otherwise, it's a very nice little set of decals for a very nice little kit. I added a little bit of weathering to represent lead staining on the exhaust, you can see here, with the airbrush. So this stand is the Airfix stand that you can buy separately. Unfortunately, these Airfix stands come with the old-fashioned kind of Airfix stand connection, which is like a vertical blade, whereas the modern Airfix stands have two little projections, and the model kits have two little holes that you can drill out to act as the stand. Unfortunately, they aren't compatible, and not selling single aircraft stands with the two little pins that go into the two holes that the modern kits have. So I cut off the blade connection from this stand and just unaldited epoxy glued the model to the stand, and you can see here.